Hello, Anashe. And today I would be finishing and getting up to date on my YouTube Pagan challenge. And from next week forward, I would do it like once weekly while cutting the gap. Okay, so the first question is uh, what is my favorite place to visit? The answer is the Czech Republic. And people would be surprised it is. But if you learn about the history of the Czech Republic and its capital city Prague, you will not be surprised. Prague was envisioned by the witch Queen Libuche, and she had a vision about this place while she married a peasant to be her king. And she imagined this city to be, she had a vision that it will be, and then it was built, and it was named Praha, a doorway, because it's supposedly being a doorway between the worlds. And it's a city of astrology and alchemy, and there is like the biggest astrological clock in the old city hall, where you can know precisely the position of the star and the moon and all of those good things. Anyway, when you get there, not only this is the physical center of Europe. It's considered like Eastern Europe because of its history, but actually it's the center of Europe. And war did not really touch it. So all the buildings, the castles, the tapestries, everything is like intact. Not only that, this is the place where one of the most ancient synagogues are still being worshipped at, and allegedly the Golem of Prague is hidden within its attic, where damaged ritual texts are. So, besides that, it's a nice place for witchcraft. There are 4 witchcraft stores in Prague, and it's a very mystic, beautiful place that has more than 5,000 registered ghosts, including ghosts of strong feminine women like Drahomira, wife of Vartislav I, that according to legend kept giving offerings and being pagan and sending invaders and Viking killers to kill her enemies, that some of them have been then turned into Christian saints. So her ghost allegedly still haunts the Strahov monastery, riding a carriage with 4 fire-breathing horses. Also, in every castle there is like a ghost, at least one, and there is a magical object that interacting with that object could do something, change something for the better or for the worst. So it's a city of legend, it's a city of magic. I'm going to be there in October. I'm going to be there very close to Samhain, where they have this ritual that is a supposedly is something that is a relic of worshipping Hecate. They make a witch and they burn it. They make a doll of a witch and they burn it. And with it, they burn all the sins and all the energy and all the bad energies of the passing year. Okay, so this was Christianized, but the roots of the ritual are different. Also, they don't hide their dark past. There are torture museums, and if you go to the city of Kutna, you can see a church entirely made from human bones, in which I visited twice. So, I'm telling you, it's a very beautiful, pleasant place. I recommend all the witches that I know to get there at least once in their lives. It's a very good, beautiful place. That's my favorite place to visit. Okay, that's 1. 2. Do I believe in ley lines and places of power? Places of power, sure. Where you build, where there was a temple, where when there is this weird natural phenomena that has this energy that could be copied. Like I believe in magical herbs that has certain powers. I believe in magical places that have certain powers. About ley lines, I'm having difficulties to accept that. Not because, first of all, I didn't do any ley line work, so, don't take my word for as a scientific thing. But I think that nature is too chaotic to make anything in a straight line or a line, okay? I think that you have like blotches of energy. Energy is more blotchy to me. When I create this ray of energy, it's like fighting to become dispersed. to like explode like 360 degrees. It doesn't want to stay like a specific thing. I think that, you know, if nature does make a line or a fiber or something, it's something that is temporarily and meant to be broken, like the umbilical cord, or like, you know, or like, you know, the cells of wood that turns into powder as time moves on. Lines are temporary, so I don't believe that anything could be like in a line that is like specifically of any more than symbolic meaning, because lines are meant to be broken. Now, I made so many chaos magicians happy now saying that. Okay, and about the third questions, auras and, you know, energetic fields. Well, since I can see, manipulate, and change energy, I could see the aura. I can see, I can know stuff about people, about their aura, when they are angry, when they have parasitic vampiric creatures on them, you know, many things. And you could train yourself to see auras. It's really not such a big, difficult thing. It's basically relearning stuff that we have forgotten as children. It's really not such a complicated thing. So, yeah, I believe in auras. I believe in all those things. And I practice. I practice with it. So those were this week's YouTube Pagan Challenge. See you next week with actually next week YouTube Pagan Challenge. Goodbye and ashe.